Hello Aries, great to have you here. My name is Shauna. Today's reading is a general love forecast. As always, take the messages that resonate and release anything that doesn't. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected with upcoming readings. Let's see what's headed your way, Aries. I have an image for you guys while I was shuffling the cards, and what I saw was it's like a night scene at the there's like a bog, and so there's like a full moon in the sky and stars, and there's this marshy area, and there's a bog, and the bog is like greenish, and it seems like it's enchanted water. That's what it seems like to me. And there's this creature. It looks human, but it's covered in mud and slime and just, a lot of unsavory things. And it's jumping into the bog to kind of clean away, all the slime and the sludge. And then you see like air bubbles coming from the bog. And then on the other side, this creature emerged from the water, and it's all clean. And it's really this really beautiful naked woman. So that's what I saw for you guys. And when I saw that, I was just like, things are not what they seem, okay? But in a good way, not in a foreshadowing, be careful type of a way. And I feel almost like the message is, everything will come out of the wash, or, with the right opportunity, everything will be polished and shine, okay? So what I feel in this reading is, I don't know why, but maybe you guys will know why. I feel like for some of you, most of you, I would say like 70–80% of you, I just feel like you have some regrets regarding your conduct in the past. I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that, why I was young and stupid and irresponsible and reckless. And I feel like at night when you're sleeping, these thoughts kind of take a hold on you, okay? And I feel like for some people, it's sort of like, why did I date that person? Why did I have a one-night stand with that person? Why did I do that? And then for others, it's like, I shouldn't have stolen her boyfriend. I shouldn't have stolen, somebody's lover, okay? Or I shouldn't have interfered in that relationship, okay? And then for others, I'm also hearing, I shouldn't have been promiscuous. And I feel like there were things in your past that you did that you're not proud of. And we all have these regrets, okay? It's not just you guys. But I feel like for you guys, it might have happened many times. It might have happened when you were young. It might have happened when you were just experimenting. You were trying to figure yourself out. And there were a lot of things that you did that you're not really proud of. And I also feel like you try to escape these thoughts. They come out at night. And so in the day, you're like surrounded by a lot of people, and you're constantly doing things, moving around, working, and constantly on the go. And so you don't really let these thoughts kind of enter your mind. And a lot of the times too, when we don't re-examine, or when we don't examine our actions and the consequences and things like that, because we're so busy rushing through the day, these thoughts come out at night when we're calm, when we're trying to sleep, when we are able to reflect on our past actions. And I feel like for some of you, these things are surfacing in this week because of social gatherings, because you're going to you might have run into some people that you're like, why did I have a one-night stand with that person? Now I'm dating, his best friend, for example. Or I shouldn't have stolen her boyfriend. Now I'm going to see her at this gala, Or I shouldn't have behaved in that way to that person. Now they're my boss. So I feel like, in a way, there is this sense of reemergence of some of the things that we want to sweep under the rug, some of the things that we wish we could sever from our past, but they're coming back in. And I bring this up because I feel like you have been really hard on yourself about these things. Okay? It's good to say that, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I really regret it. And I'm very sorry for what I did. But it's also, thinking those things, that's one thing. But if you really mean it, you should contact the person, no matter how many years has passed, no matter how long it has been, no matter how insignificant you feel that event is. You should reach out to that person and you should say your apology, because that is going to, allow you to triumph over those demons, okay, that emerge when you're trying to sleep. I'm also sensing as well, there's an intense missing somebody, and especially somebody that has passed away. And I especially see like grandparents, okay, like grandparents, especially a grandmother, somebody that has been very loving and very nurturing towards you, and they might have taken the place of your own mother. Okay, so I see like a loving presence that's coming over, that's like around you. I definitely see somebody's grandmother. And I see this woman, like, putting the covers on you when you're trying to sleep at night and these thoughts are coming to your head. And I feel like this is somebody that loved you unconditionally. They never judged you. And, at the time that they were alive, you were probably a young child. You were difficult and rambunctious, and, you wanted to have things your way. And you made things difficult for this person. But they loved you, and they loved you unconditionally. And they're still around now to kind of like scare away those demons so that you can get your restful sleep. So you have somebody coming through from the other side that is trying to reassure you, and they're trying to tell you, you are not a byproduct of your actions from the past. If you can find solace and peace with the past, then, the slate is clean. So move away from it, okay? If there are still nagging issues from the past, it basically means your conscience is telling you, rectify the situation, fix it, apologize for it, come to terms with it, and just move away from it, okay? So if there has been an apology that is overdue, reach out. If there is something that you want to kind of fix, reach out. And it's funny because so there's this one incident, right? Like I had like a run-in with somebody, and my intuition was telling me, reach out, reach out, and I didn't know why. And I reached out, and then we had a good laugh about it. And the next day, I found out I was assigned sit right next to that person. And it was like randomized seating, and I found myself sitting next to that person. So if I hadn't reached out, that encounter would have been very, very, very awkward. So I feel like something like this is happening for you guys. And so reach out, clear the water or clear the air. Clear the air, because you might have to see them, or you might run into them in a very inopportune moment. And it would be awkward if you didn't reach out prior. Okay, so that's what I'm sensing. So here's the thing. I opened up with something that can be, really bad, but I feel like you have something really good coming in. And I have to open it up in that way because you have somebody that loves you, and this is somebody that's still in the living, that's around you. This person doesn't care. This person doesn't care about your past. They don't care about how promiscuous you have been. They don't care about how, much of a heartbreaker you were in the past. They don't care about the rumors that are going on about you. They don't care about what anybody says. They care about their heart, and their heart tells them that they're in love with you. Okay, so what you have here is the Knight of Cups. And this is somebody that's coming towards you to offer love. They don't care. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. They want to build a future with you. They see you as you are now. And so you could be this bog monster covered in mud with, leprosy on your skin. Once you dive deep into that water, diving deep into that bog is really uncomfortable because it's emotional things, debris and, mud and just gunk that we had to clear out of our system. Once you emerge on the other side, you come out clean. And this is what the person sees. They don't care about your past. They don't care about all the things that you have had to do to get you to this point. They want to build a future with you. They want to build a family with you. And they only see you as your shiny best, as you are now. And I almost feel like you think it's too good to be true. Like, how could this person love me? I'm so broken. I'm so damaged. I've been through so much. How could they still be around? And I feel like there were times where you drove this person away. You kind of like, pushed them away energetically or physically, like, stay away from me. I don't want to be with you. And they always came back. They came back because they love you unconditionally. Okay, and this is not somebody who is like a fire sign. This is somebody who's quite shy. They are quite fearful of rejection, but over and over and over again. They listened to their heart and they kept coming back. They're going to be around no matter what, so you might as well accept them, okay? I honestly feel like whoever is watching you from the other side is bringing this person or has brought this person into your life because they want you to experience unconditional love. And I feel like the only barrier is you're not feeling worthy because you have these ghosts from the past that are haunting you. You have behaviors and things that you have done in the past that you are not proud of. And you haven't been able to move away from it because you were running away from your problems. Every time you start to feel something, you shook it off. You distracted yourself with other things. Rather than staying home for the weekend, you're jet setting somewhere else to, go to the next party, to supposedly hang out with friends. But I feel like the friendships might not be emotionally rewarding. And I feel like you were escaping these things. And so these things never had a chance to surface during the daytime. And that is why they have to be dealt with, Aries. They need to be dealt with, okay? Say your piece, let it go, and don't let it become a part of you, and don't let your self-worth or, your identity be defined by these things, okay? And I honestly feel like you have been forgiven, okay? The person that you have done these things to, or, obviously this is not going to apply for all Aries, but the person that you have done these things to, or the person that saw you at your worst, they're a lot more caught up in themselves and their lives and their progression that this is a very minor, insignificant event. And you can reach out, say sorry, or whatever you need to do, but I feel like it doesn't affect the other person as much as it does you. And that is why you have to release this energy, okay? Yeah, I feel like there's definitely issues when it comes to self-worth. And I feel like there's an offer on the table and you're not seeing it. So this is like a proposal, new work, new jobs, okay? I'm not sensing it so much with a new job. I'm sensing it more like a proposal, like putting a ring on your finger or telling you, I'm going to buy you a ring, or I want you to be my girlfriend or boyfriend, or, let's move in together. This is a solid, like a concrete, solid offer coming through from another person, even like a physical gift coming through. But either way, somebody really loves you unconditionally, and I feel like it's like this: the Empress in the reverse, self-image issues, self-doubt, self-confidence, a dip in self-confidence, and somebody is giving you this, and you're like, I'm not deserving of it, and you might not trust it, and so the only thing that's standing in the way of accepting it is definitely you. Okay. And then on a lighter note, I definitely feel like some of you are in a relationship and there's somebody who is really eyeing you, but you're already in a relationship. And they're going to make their intentions known. And for whatever reason, they know you're in a relationship, but they're still pursuing you. And I don't feel like you guys are tempted, like to, cheat or get out of your relationship to be with this person. But I feel like this person sees in you some amazing qualities. And so I feel like, you should be flattered and you should understand why they are interested in you, why they are attracted to you. Okay. So I feel like for this week in general, there are the demons, but there are a lot of good things, good things coming in, people showing their appreciation, gifts, and things like that. I see some of you buying a really, really big, expensive gift for somebody, especially like a mother, parents, mom, dad. I especially see mothers. And this is somebody that, there might have been some difficulties in that relationship. And I feel like the gifts doesn't mean that much to the person. It's more like the gesture. And they would even appreciate it more if you just spent the time with them. So if you are short on time and you're just like, Mom, Dad, I'm giving you this, I feel like they actually want to spend more time with you. They don't care about the gifts. They would rather that you stay, have dinner with them, stay the night, hang out with them in the morning before you go. That's what I'm sensing. And I feel like you might be compensating by buying them like a really expensive gift because to you it shows, your intentions when in fact they're looking for time. They're looking for they're looking for more of that emotional investment, okay? I'm also sensing as well for those of you who are parents, who have children, definitely don't compensate with gift giving, with, spending quality time. I don't see that a lot with Aries, with fire signs in general. When it comes to parenting, you guys are really good parents. But I definitely feel like it might, be for like 20% of you where there's compensation. And I feel like the time spent together will mean a lot more. Or at least, not buying them physical things, but buying them an experience. So for example, taking a trip somewhere that they've never been so that they can marvel at the world that's out there. That will go a long way. Some of us don't have the luxury and some of us don't have the time. But I feel like, if you save up and if you plan it out, that would mean a lot more, okay, to that parent or to that child. And I feel like if you're stressed out about it, that's one of the ways in which you can kind of plan out your next trip or plan out, the gift giving aspect. So what I'm feeling here as well is I feel like there was definitely a relationship from the past that you had a very strong bond with one another. Okay, so this is like a serious, either like a serious karmic relationship, and it taught you a lot about unconditional love. Okay, so the purpose of that relationship was teaching you about unconditional love, teaching you to stop kind of like I'm right and you're not, like stop being the right person in the relationship, possibly even like dealing with control issues, dealing with jealousy as well. It's mellowed you out. So that relationship needed to happen because it mellowed you out. It taught you how to love unconditionally. It taught you to learn to compromise. And it's also taught you that we kind of have to let the other person be. Okay, so I definitely feel a past relationship where the two of you were very, very different from each other. I do see a lot of interracial couples. I do see a lot of people who were dating somebody that is either really a lot younger or a lot older. So there's definitely, differences between the in that couple. And because of it, it created a lot of rifts. Like one person was ready to settle down, the other person was still young and not ready. Whereas one person is like culturally like this, the other person is different. So I felt like there were a lot of issues in that relationship. It was very exciting, it was very thrilling, and it taught you a lot. But for whatever reason, it had to end because it was only a karmic relationship to allow you to grow so that you can be perfect for the next person. And I feel like you have a new person coming into the picture and it looks really good. And so you kind of need to come to terms with your past and don't allow that to define you. Okay, move away from it. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, Aries. I hope the reading resonates with you. I hope it is helpful for those of you who are dealing with this energy. It seems a little bit morbid, but move away from it. Okay, so take care of yourself and I'll talk to you guys soon.